Hello, everyone. Community and social media manager Okaydrian here to tell you the highlights for this week's stream. If you enjoyed Dain last time,
I'm not that big of a plant guy.
I have good news. Dain returns. And together, we discover the joys of sound effects, composition, and what we can look forward to in the future of Coreborn. Maybe a little bit of hijinks, too.
Honk. Honk.
Yeah. You won't know unless you watch. So, watch. Thanks. Enjoy. So welcome to the weekly Blankhans stream. Few things to go over really quickly. We're going to have the weekly community stream. Probably, we thought it was going to be on Monday, as you all know. It didn't happen. And we thought we were going to do it Friday, but it will not be Friday. So because it is delayed, what we're going to do is just, we're going to add more news on top of that. So just to give you a snapshot, Monday, news-wise, would have looked like this, right? And then Friday, news-wise, would have looked like this. So we figure we're putting it off for like a week and a half. How do we make it better? We make the news like this. Okay? So around the 22nd, which is further away, we're going to have news like this. Much more news. So a whole bunch of stuff. And the thing is, a lot of you think that we're going to announce this. But it's not. We're going to be announcing this. As I've teased, one or two, I would say three of the things that all of you have been saying, you know what would be kind of cool is if you guys added this, but you won't. Bleh. So guess what? Bleh, it's happening. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because I can't reveal that information and I can't afford to get yelled at, so I'm not going to do that. Auto run, you can guess all you want. I'm not going to reveal what it is. You feel free to guess, though. You can. And I can tell you one thing with confidence. Dash jump is gone forever. Forever. Well, unless... Actually, I can't say that. Never mind. I just had an idea. But forever. Asterisk. The good news is, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if we had a guest. And that same guest was thinking it'd be kind of cool if they were a guest. And so with our powers combined, we have a guest. Because I think we've had repeat people, right? Michael came back.
That was easy, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, which was cool. Miluru came back.
I'm not good with last words. I will just say have a nice evening.
Which was cool. Arash has not come back yet because it's not time to spoil anything. But soon. So who else can we bring back? What if we brought back someone who had a no-hit run? That's his favorite right there. So every time... And so I was going down the list of people at the company. That was the qualification. If you're going to be a guest, you have to have done a Dark Souls 3 no-hit run. So it's like playing Guess Who. You know, portraits are all down, and there's like 3 people left. I'm like, okay, well, how many of you have done a Sekiro no-hit run? Ooh. We have 1 left. Actually, 2. And I was like, all right, how many of you have not done a Demon Souls no-hit run yet? Ooh. And there was 1 person left. And we got him. Maybe not for like a week later. That might change because he'll have his no-hit run in that game. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Until then, everyone check it out. Hey, Dain's here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is the best introduction I ever had. Yeah, I feel great now. Thank you.
My goal is to build you up with 2 W's and just bring you back down a little bit to keep it even.
Well, for a second, I was like, wait, there's another one who did a Dark Souls 3 no-hit run. Like, holy shit, who was it? Like, I wasn't even aware. But yeah, I get it. I mean, one day it will happen, right? One day.
Yeah, and then you can rub my face.
I'm still a noob.
You can be like, hey, remember that time you made fun of the fact that I didn't do it? Well, I did it. How many have you done? And I'll go 0, and you'll say exactly.
Yeah. It's about time, Adrian. It's about time.
Sorry, I changed your audio so you peaked. You're good now.
Wait, what?
You're good now.
I'm good now? Okay.
I made you super loud.
Audio is a stupid topic. Like, Imagine working in this field. It would be annoying.
I couldn't be me. Sound guy with bad sound. To be fair, that was my fault. I changed it.
Like, I have my normal settings. I'm fine, right? I'm fine. Actually, now I'm curious. How do I sound? Wait, I need to check. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, good.
That's okay.
Good check. So for those who were not here last time, what if, just hear me out, what if you went over what it is you do and what makes you special and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, what makes it special part is kind of fast, right? Nothing makes me really special. But what I do is, I'm Alex, aka Dain, and I'm sound designer and composer here at Blankhans. So everything you hear in this game is coming out of my recording stuff or my instruments. I just had my hands on them, right? So I technically have my hands in your ears while playing this game.
Gross.
Think about it for a second. It's gross. But this is what I do. Still doing. And I actually hope you still enjoy the soundscape of this game.
Beautiful.
What are you doing, Adrian?
Well,
for those who don't know,
I get a full cutscene. Look at that. I'm Okaydrian. I'm the social media and community manager on Blankhans. So every time you go across something on Twitter, Threads, Instagram, YouTube Studio, sometimes in Steam, maybe somewhere else. Can't talk about that. Maybe other channels you can look through as well. TikTok, all those channels. I will be a part of that. Posting, aggravating, replying, being in the DMs, answering those questions that you give to me, and then wait 5 minutes and say, where's my response? And I say, I'm working on it. No Reddit, thankfully. Just IMHO, no Reddit. And in the Discord as well. But the cool thing is in the Discord, I'm flanked by so many people. Like Dain offers support in there too. Like we always say, people have different roles here. Yeah, Dain does so much more than music. So he's in there. Exilius is in there. So many different people doing different avenues. Dain collecting a lot of the community notes together and putting together to make it easier to read. So making life easier.
Actually, what is your favorite social media platform? And we take out Twitch as a platform.
My favorite?
Yeah.
My favorite as a creator right now, I would say, is as a creator, I like Threads a little bit because it seems like a nice alternative to Twitter. I like Blue Sky as well. I'm not on Mastodon, but Twitter's just a cesspool. Threads isn't as much like that. It's kind of getting there a little bit, but I hope it doesn't. As someone who consumes social media, I like Instagram just because I like scrolling. I just like looking at photos. That's like, I'm old school Instagram user. I'm not here for the reels. I can go to TikTok and Snapchat for that. I just like scrolling and seeing pretty pictures about things people enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. Instagram is the best thing to just like pass the time, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I also enjoy it. It's also like just looking good and not like so overloaded as something like TikTok.
Yeah.
All the stupid things.
That's the
all
thing.
of the stuff.
Even though TikTok lets you do videos up to like 10 minutes and that kind of stuff, a lot of the consumption on TikTok is just like quick hits. And I know that's today's world, but I like taking my time to enjoy things, let them breathe. And on Instagram, I just look at the pictures and fall in love with the media there.
That was kind of interesting, right? When everyone tried to get like the next Twitter thing out, like with Blue Sky and how is it called? Mastodon,
yeah.
right? Yeah, I feel like this name sounds like an end boss in a game or something. It could be something that just attacks you. Oh, holy hell! Mastodon is coming.
Raid boss.
Yeah.
Dain is the Discord feedback filter. That's true.
That's actually true. Like, I'm not single-handedly. I also do this with Michael, right? Like Silsos.
Yep.
So he's like, we both together go over all the stuff. Because being honest here, it wouldn't be stupid. Like if everyone would read through it, and it would it's time consuming, obviously.
Yeah.
So we filter beforehand. Like we don't take stuff out that we personally don't like. Yeah, we just collect everything. I want to make this clear. Otherwise, this would be a Souls game, I guess. But yeah. Then we just write everything down and filter it through the channels to get to the persons who decide if we put something in or not, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
That's how we can decide what it is you all truly say you want. We keep tabs on all the things that you've mentioned and how often you mention it. Things that we look at and go, oh, that was actually mentioned 3 times last quarter. So they still are talking about this. And it's a great way to look at everything. What about you? What's your favorite social media platform?
I don't know why, but I kind of getting lost on YouTube, like with the over thing, like also using the shorts on the one hand, but also, and I think this is kind of rare, but I also like a user that I love, like the long videos also kind of. So there is this, maybe it's a myth, maybe not, but like people say that if you consume a lot of like the short videos on YouTube, these people are not like the persons who would go through your like long videos and also watch these.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I belong to both worlds, and I kind of get 2 social media platforms in one. So currently, I'm a lot of YouTube guy.
I like long form YouTube. I'm not a big fan of shorts. I don't like the quick little 2-minute highlights. And the only time I like short videos on YouTube is when I'm looking something up that I need an answer to, and someone just tells me, "Oh, in 2 minutes, yeah, in Premiere, what you want to do is open this up, click here, and go there, and you did it." As opposed to ones that are meeting the monetization mark, like, "Hey, thanks for checking it out. Before we get to how to add this filter, let's talk about filters. How do you spell filter? Is it PH? Is it F?
What is filter, actually? Do we need it?
Do we need a filter? Scrub. There we go.
Isn't life a filter?
True. Please, no, not in my ears, Avino. I just saw that. Sound is beautiful, says Stubbs. Yes. Make Dain great again? Oh, no. You weren't great?
I actually thought so, but it seems not, no.
Oh, that's rough.
I'm in shambles now.
Oh, no.
This hurts. It actually hurts, yeah.
Alex, please push some elite bosses in some zones that are Souls-like.
I would love to do that. I would just love to, like, being honest, this is just personal preference, right? But I would just love to put like a creature somewhere that just destroys everyone, kinda.
Yeah.
And like people will get mad.
Yeah.
But the feedback will be just, some people find it funny, and the other ones will be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like, this is, why are you putting it there? And obviously, it's not. It wouldn't be good to put it there, right?
I don't want one that
games,
wanders. I
like
want one
someplace.
that's like zone specific. Like if you don't want to fight it, just don't go over there.
Yeah, it would be good, right?
Yeah, but if you fight it, you will lose. If you duo it, you will lose. If you trio it, you will lose. If you fight as one big F1 server, you might win.
It would actually be good if you can't win. Like it always stops at 1 HP or something.
Yeah.
You just can't win. It's like, yeah.
Then we show a dead
Try
video of us just hitting it one time and it dies. And we're like, see? Easy game.
Yeah. Like locally. And now if you activate the cheat mode, then yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
But you can't do this, so joke's on you. And there's this epic loot in there.
And then insane drops. No, we're going true old school survival. You get a 1% chance at your favorite item. Try again.
Actually, what Tubbs is writing there, like 1 HP and reset health, this is actually a mechanic I would like to have. And like you, sounds rough now, but you need a specific item, you know? Like you need to craft something up front.
Yeah.
And if you get to this point, you need to have this item on you, and you need to throw it like pot throws in our game on the enemy. So this can't happen. But yeah, you need to find out, right? If you don't know, you don't know. And like these mechanics, something like this would be kind of neat, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, you know what? I gotta write this down. Hold up.
That happened. I forget what it was, but in Final Fantasy XI, there were a few bosses you could beat normally. But if you had an item, it would reduce their defense greatly. Or reduce the resistance greatly. So you could win either way. It's just one way would be so much easier and take you 15 minutes. And the other one would take you an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good mechanic.
Cool. Hey, see, we did it. We're getting ideas together, everyone. Good job. We did it. Yay,
Nice.
community.
Awesome. there was also like on Final Fantasy 14 like these hunt trains, right? With the
Mhm.
S tier hunts that you can only like. There was this one NPC that gave out riddles, how to maybe spawn them, but you actually don't know, and you need to test out. And it's like stuff. Get this one minion that runs behind you, right? And if
Yep.
you're like there at a specific time, and maybe on the map like things happened already,
Yep.
then it's that you are able to spawn this S tier hunt.
Yep.
This was also a great idea, right?
I
And
like
you
all
needed
those
like I don't know how many people
the
you
conditional
needed for
stuff.
them, but yeah.
You can't spawn this one unless you kill this one over here first because they don't care about it's always lore based too. They don't care about spawning because you didn't kill their minion over here first and that minion over here
Yeah.
first. Now they'll spawn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Cool. We have other ideas too. We have this right here. Welcome to the Theory Crafting with Dain hour here on the weekly Coreborn stream. We'll be going over some of the things that we've done in the past, or you've done in the past, and your process of how you create music, and also what it is we're looking to do for the future. So, because it's been a hot minute since you've been on stream, I think 5 months, maybe feels like it's been a while.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's before
It was
Christmas.
like 100%. It was last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say 5 months, about a month before Christmas.
Could be. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't had a no-hit run up to this point, so it had to be like before November. I didn't start it with this stuff.
See how much has changed already since then? Hey, nice job.
Yeah, had to be October. I guess it was October. I think so, at least.
We know it's been since October because the first thing on the list right here is, the idea of what has Dain been up to since then? What are some of the newer themes? Oh, that's right. One of them is the Dark is the Night theme.
Oh, when did we release that? Start of the year, right? Well,
God, yeah.
yeah. It's
Was
been
that
a
around
while.
October last year?
Wait, no, November, I think.
November?
I think we released the Darkest the Night or early December.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been so long.
Yeah.
I actually I'm not sure. But yeah, with the Darkest the Night patch,
Yeah.
we had first we just had one song in, right? So like name calling of the patch, Darkest the Night. And yeah, I kind of remember back then, okay, we only got time for one song because creating songs, it's not like I sit down and it's done in one day, right? It's to be honest, like creating music is the biggest like most time consuming part of this job. Like composing music, you need to take your time because even if you have a great idea and like you have one of these insanely creative days where everything just comes together and you create something, it could be great and maybe it even stays, but still then you need to step away for 2-3 days and then listen to the song again and actually consider, okay, is this good enough? Is this am I happy with the release like that?
Right.
So yeah, Darkest the Night was like, okay, we only got time for one song, so what we're gonna do? And Darkest the Night was like, yeah, it's the song where we got the main theme, right? The main theme from the song we have on daytime, normally like most of the time when you run around the areas. So I was inspired a little bit by Final Fantasy 14 on this one, because I just took this theme, like it's not even just Final Fantasy 14, a lot of games doing this, and tone it down, kinda like getting things out of this thing because night normally stands for something more calm, and especially on the normal travel paths, it's like not that they're like the most dangerous enemies, right? So I just wanted that you feel like nice, go in, and you got the feeling, okay, I know this theme. So yeah, this is kind of how I approach Darkest the Night in this case.
Yeah, you can't hear it right now in the Twitch backstage guest star we're playing, but I'm playing the Darkest Night theme right now as you're speaking. It won't route properly in the system.
Yeah, obviously I can't hear it, but yeah. Nice.
But like about 51 seconds in is when I hear the first like violin string. So I remember last time we were discussing, you said sometimes you'll go on walks to get inspiration. This time you said you had Final Fantasy 14 Was there anything that you utilized from a standpoint of concept art? Were you walking around outside at night? Were you looking at night-based stuff? Were you looking at how the world was going to look at night to get a feel?
So, yeah, the good thing about this was like that the area was already done. It's not on our first themes. We often had the problem that I created a theme already, but we changed the layout of like a biome or something already.
Yeah.
And in this case, it was done, right? So we worked with lightning, but I was able to actually run around in the game, fight stuff, and build stuff, and just getting the atmosphere right there. So this actually helped a lot. Like just playing the game itself, because this is a completely different approach. If you need to think about the final or the final biome and how it looks like, and create music, or if you can actually see it, right? This is a huge difference, and made like working with it easier, obviously.
I wonder, like, just to get inside of your head, how the entire process works in terms of when you know something changes. So, when you are first creating the song and you're seeing in action, you see the concept art, you're playing the game, you're getting a feel for what nighttime feels like. Is there a certain order the music arrives in your head? When you start playing, do you immediately start the intro right there? Or do sometimes you start and you go, ooh, actually, you know what? I know how it's going to end, but I don't know how it's going to start yet.
This is always different. This is like completely different. Sometimes you start with percussion and drums, and sometimes you just start with like long chords and atmospheric sounds, right? And build up from there. Like this is I would actually love to have like a rule book that I could just open. So yeah, you gotta produce this music right now.
Yeah.
And I opened this book and was like, yeah, as always, we're gonna start now with the bass line. Nice. So this is just not how it works. Like it's always different, completely different. And you need to test out things. Like a normal project, I split this in 10 parts kinda, and just do some random things in there that maybe fit. And most of the time, eight parts just go like in the junk again, and you use the other two to like combine it somehow.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
And it builds up, right? Then it's just like, yeah, you decide if this is this the intro, the outro, and the middle part, like whatever you came up with, and then you build around that. Most of the time, I try to work out, hopefully, the main part first, because it's kind of easier to get from the main part down to like putting things out and making like the complex melody like more settle and split the things down to this point where you got like a nice intro that comes in, right? So yeah, but it's not always the case. Like,
and you're never truly satisfied with your work as like a real artist, but when you think you finalized the song, do you ever go back, start playing it? Let's say you're playing Darkest the Night, and you encounter something that makes you feel differently personally, that makes you want to change the music because you feel like the music's changed too?
you know, if I hear it right now and would play, if I play it right now, if I would like to change it, or from which perspective?
I would say, yeah, let's try that one. If you play it right now, do you get a different feeling of Darkest the Night versus when you first played it?
Yeah, kinda. It's sometimes after a while you hear songs again and you start like, oh, I would love to change so much because I hate it. This is just personal. Like I don't really hate it. I'm actually, like, to be honest, I'm proud of the stuff that I do, and if I wouldn't like completely dislike it, I wouldn't send it in. But sometimes it's also like, oh yeah, I would love to change multiple things. But I think you said it earlier before we started streaming. It's like always, it's an artist thing. I think you are never like 100% satisfied with your work at one point.
Yeah.
But also like time passes, and I'm 100% sure listening to Darkest the Night or like any other song, like in 2 years, will be great. It will be great because it's not bad, right? It's obviously isn't, but then it's out of your mind, maybe. Depends. And you hear back, and yeah.
Hey, Wari's here. Hello, Wari. We need more bagpipes. I never want to hear personally bagpipes again in my life.
Oh, as bagpipes is a topic in this company, right? But actually, a great example. I'm being completely honest. Like working the first time with bagpipes on our Hills theme was horrible for me. I really hated bagpipes because bagpipe is an instrument. Imagine a person who always wants to be like in the front and screams the loudest. And you can't put bagpipes in your song and do it like saddle in the background. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
No.
And it was so annoying, like getting it in there. But
maybe we can
well,
do
it worked out, and
bagpipes
now
for like.
now I like it kind of.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's the Hills theme is actually one of my favorites right now. This is what I mean. Like time passed, right? I heard it again multiple times now, and I was like, this Hill theme is actually quite nice, even with the bagpipes. But yeah, it is what it is.
What Karai Sarap says, do you also go out and record sounds?
Oh yeah, like most of I can actually show you. Wait,
Ooh.
like not outside, but
Exclusive look.
what I have here. So this is the easiest way to go out, right? With this little Zoom recording thing, and you got for windy things like this.
Little windscreen.
Fluffy, the windscreen.
Yeah.
I didn't know the word in English. Yeah, I just go out and record with that, and after that I come back in, and yeah, you always need to readjust or work on these sounds. They're not perfect at all, but the better the microphone is, the less work you have to do, right? And
Can you hold it up again?
Oh yeah, sure.
I think if I saw you walking around my neighborhood with that, I would think you were a Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, that's most likely. Like it's also you feel weird with it, but it happens so often. Like I have to admit, most of the times I go out, but the first time I recorded our footsteps, I went out like at 1 a.m. or something because I didn't want it at someone
At 1
seeing me.
a.m.
Yeah, obviously, because I needed nobody should be there in the area, right? And I was like, I live kind of next to a forest, so it was good. I had different ground covers, right, for recording. And now imagine you go out with your dog or something at 1 a.m. and then you see this one guy near to the forest, going from one side to the other, sneaking around one spot. Again and again. The first time sneaking, the next time you run, then you normal walk in, you're like, yeah, holy shit. God bless, I got the dog with me, right?
Yes, I would have called the police.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a true story because exactly this happened. And this guy came over and asked what I'm doing. And I just told him, I showed him the microphone that stand on the ground and was like, could I maybe record your dog? I was like, I need some dog sounds. Like now that you're here and I told you maybe your dog has some nice sounds for me. Could you
Did they say yes?
Woof-woofs? Yeah, they said yes. Yeah. I got a nice little Labrador. How was it ever called in English? A sound bank.
We
from a random
have
guy.
to use that somewhere if you have not already.
It's actually not in currently. No, I didn't find the right usage for that.
We're going to find it. I think once we open up caves, that has to be a background sound going through the caves, just that sound.
Yeah, might happen, yeah.
Looks like something used in Phasmophobia to hunt ghosts. Right, exactly.
Yeah, actually, that's true, yeah.
Alex in the middle of the night. Yeah.
100% like that.
Very nice.
Great job. I can recommend.
Then later on, we both agree with this off camera, but later on came two of my favorite themes in the entire game, which are the night themes. We got Tree Whispers and Ancient Times. So first, with Tree Whispers, can you walk us through what illicit object did you consume? What mushroom did you lick when you made this? Because this is the good stuff.
What? I mean, it was also again, we had this night theme, the day theme in the forest, which is also a little bit calm already.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I need a little bit more atmospheric stuff, not too spooky, but also not too chill. and I kinda used so many wooden things around my house to record stuff and put it into the song. Wait, I think. Oh yeah, I see it. Wait,
I see it.
I got another nice thing here. Wait.
Hey, there you go. Dance it up.
So, this is technically, like a toy for kids, right? And
I think
you
it's
have
so
this ball in
cool.
there.
Hold on, let me hear this.
Can you hear that?
Yes,
It's nice, right?
yes, it is.
And like I recorded the single sounds, tried to aim for the right spot, and put it into the game like that, or in the song.
Dude,
It's
I love
quite
that.
amazing. Yeah.
So, like, talk to me about the process then. For Tree Whispers, what were you going for?
Most likely completely. I first went for completely atmosphere, but I was like, okay, this is a little bit too less. And then I tried again to get the theme from the day theme, and then didn't work out that good. So I worked a lot with big atmospheres with many elements and tried to mix them together. This was kind of my approach, and it worked out quite well. And then I introduced like instruments, like little things like this,
That thing is so cool.
and tried to implement it in there.
And then around the 140 mark of Tree Whispers, the synth comes in out of nowhere.
Wait. I need to.
Now, I see you pulling it
I
up.
also need to. Yeah, I also need to hear it right.
Right around the 140 mark of that. Boom, boom. Because you listen like that. That to me is when I really love composition for music. Is when the first few minutes of the music, I get a feel for it and go, okay, I know how it's going to sound for the rest of the song. Mm-hmm. And then this happens, and I go, oh, I did not expect this. Where'd this come from? What were you feeling? Mm-hmm. What changed?
This was actually random. I found a synthesizer I had on my PC for quite a long time, but I didn't use this for, I don't know, ages kinda. And on this synth, there were a lot of pads, and pads is what you call like atmospheric sounds kinda, that you normally play in chords, like big bass line or giving like a huge pad. And one of these pads were like this sound. And this is where you, on like music composition, you click through it as a library kinda, and always like just pushing the same notes again and again and again. And at this one point, you come on this specific preset, you hear this, and it was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Because it sounds kind of natural. Like you notice that this is a synth, right? But it sounds also kind of natural as if it would be like a real instrument. And yeah, it just fitted. Like this was a random finding.
It's a good random finding.
Yeah, it's
so
a good one, yeah.
Very well done. I think Karai is personally hurt that we don't have like battle music, battle theme specifically, to inspire one to keep the music on. So you can wander around Ruby Grove, Endless Fields, and have that playing. But should you encounter something, have you personally given an opinion on battle music? Not in general, but specifically in Coreborn? Is that something that you would want to take place? Or if it did, would it have to be if you engage while you're being chased? Does it stop if you disengage and run away? Like, what are your thoughts?
Like, on Coreborn, I felt like the combat is not... it's either too fast over, or normally I do normally try to fight one by one, and it's kind of short fights, and like the music switch would be so fast that I felt like, for normal combat it wouldn't fit. We thought about that, but we have this one combat theme, like you also got it in the stream, right?
Yeah.
This one like more rock-like thing. We have it on there.
Yeah, it's the I think it's a Donya sequence. Yeah, I have it. A Donya sequence too.
Exactly, and this is still not in the game, but it exists, and we try to find a nice spot for it. So there might be maybe something. Maybe I'm doing the Arash here, but we try to find a good spot for that.
What about for time attacks?
Obviously,
because those can last a while.
I didn't want to pull off this big Irish move, but yeah, maybe for town attacks.
Hey.
Could be a thing, right?
In his
Like
stead.
we're currently looking into it, right? Because obviously you want to have it in. It's there. It's already created, and town attacks would actually be something that might be considered for that. Yeah.
Do you
We need
think
to look into that. It's not that easy though.
if we went that avenue, if we went that route to create town attack music, do you think it'd be possible? Would it be feasible? Would it be a challenge to take a miniature version of a town attack theme and condense it into like a 15-second loop version you could do for like the attacks? If I get attacked by holotops, I know how to play the game. I know I can end this battle in 15 seconds. The same way with Pokemon, it seems like there's like a small theme you can do. Like we know it starts off at the da 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 dun 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 dun. We don't have to sing the entire thing, but we can at least do 15 seconds of it. If you had a major theme like the town attack theme, could you justify making a smaller condensed version of it?
Maybe, but like I said, I personally felt like I tried it. I tried to use it, and I just had like this theme here and thought and like played it and like just how it feels, because I thought about using it for that, but it wasn't really good if you start farming something like holotops or something. It's just it went off and on again and off. Maybe we could work around that, maybe with a system that checks if you like being out of combat for 1 minute or something. I don't know. There might be a solution for that, but yeah.
The only solution it sounds like is that we have to just, for the sake of music, we have to increase the difficulty of combat to have longer themes. That's all it is.
There you go. That's how it is. That's how it is, right?
Yeah. So battles have to at least take every player at least 25 seconds and up to 3 minutes. So we can have a full track.
Even for the Oropada.
Yeah, even for
no matter how good your gear is, like always.
No matter. Yeah. We'll do that in the Steam and everything else when they ask you why it's so difficult. The music. There we go. I like the snow walk sound. Oh, the squish, the crunch of the snow.
Oh yeah, this is layered with many things. Obviously, I couldn't I didn't have snow here when recording those.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of stuff, and it's like layered with a ton of things. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what did you record for that? It's apparently a lot of layered stuff.
Yeah, let me think. I recorded some like I know that I recorded definitely some package thing where I walked over, and also some other crispy noise. But this is back when we started, kind of like the walking sounds, and I'm not 100% sure anymore.
Yeah.
It was some random stuff, but I didn't record this outside because it was summer, so I couldn't get some snow, right? So I had to find different things, and also obviously I've got libraries. Like I did this also before I started here. And sometimes the namings of these are like, I don't know, it's been back like it's sample 27 and I put it into like a folder with the footstep sounds, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know how I created it, where I got it from, but good.
Maybe you could add battle music only when you are being chased by bandits, just protesting and feedback. Bandit, I guess depends. That's the thing. I think it goes back to what Alex said, is that it's all gear dependent. Because if you have lower gear, you can do bandit fights, and it can last a long time. But even with decent gear, if you dodge and get a few crits in, those fights can be over pretty quickly, even with the bandits.
I mean, I also got to say, like, adding music is the one part, right? But there's so much technical things going on in this second. Because there's this huge music system that checks, like, if you run into a new biome, if the weather changes, and all these things happening, and it's also like changing the music in our game, right? So you would also need to hook up this music on something that checks that you are actually like in a battle, like you need the state to give out the information, and then this information needs to activate the music, and also needs to deactivate all the other things, like the whole different biome system and weather system, and overrides this, and then after that needs to bring it back. There's like a lot of technical issues that also come with that. It's not like unfortunately, just creating the music, put it in, and it works. This is actually huge development stuff, engineering stuff going on in the background with that.
A lot of prioritization, it sounds like. If I'm
Yeah.
here and there's a sandstorm, I'm at a bandit camp, and I'm fighting, and I'm near nighttime, which music takes
exactly.
priority? And when one
Exactly.
cuts in, does the other one fade out? Is it a soft fade? Is it a hard fade? Does the game remember where I was in the previous song and pick back up where it left off? Or
Exactly. This is like all the things that also already happening. Like our music system. Big kudos to our engineering team here.
Yes.
It's insane. It's really good. Like when they introduced me how this stuff is working and how I can work with this system they built it. I really have to say this is everything I asked for, and this is the only way how we could have like this music switch based on all the different settings in our in an open world, because this is a huge system actually.
Yes.
Really huge system.
Agreed. Let's move on to your next thoughts, because we have the newer themes right here we went through. Let's talk about your inspiration process. So we have some previous concept art that all of you can get a little screenshot of right here. So we were talking about this behind the scenes. Let's pretend that we're doing Ash Mountains. Okay? We're going to the land of the steam dwarves. We're trying to figure out getting into the scientist mind of Dain, and how does one imagine what these areas might look like when you see these images? What's your thought process like as you explore all of this?
The great thing on these images, at least, that we got a clear, at least kind of clear view on how the character or like how the steam dwarfs would look like, and also how the architecture is. And also, okay, there's a lot of lava, high mountains. So you can. It's easier to get a picture into your mind, I would say, and trying to find an atmosphere. If you would have just the characters, it might be hard that you can't like really think about, okay, how does it look? Because music is also, it's always about the visuals, kinda, and that you want to support the visuals. So on the Steam dwarfs, I actually like the first thing that comes into my mind, since they are also like these crafty guys and just trying to create stuff with Steam and like building some weird machines and all this stuff. Did you saw The Hobbit?
Yeah.
And on the extended, like, is it also a normal version? Like on the extended version, on the first movie, they are like in this orc cave kinda.
Okay.
Goblin cave, and they sing a song there. And this song is actually so fitting for something of a steam dwarf town, I would think. Like, it's a lot of drums out of normal, what you would say, trash cans, kinda. So they use everything to like hammer on it and give a beat. And yeah, actually also something like bagpipes in there would sound nice. It would sound nice. It would sound nice because it's aggressive, and with the right amount of reverb, it sounds full, and you don't actually need much more instruments. I think it could be interesting.
Would you, when you see this, because like, I don't know if my brain works the same way yours does, but when I see an area like this, one of the first things I hear is that I can't not hear the sound of the work being done. I can't not hear the sound of hammer to anvil, the cling, the clang, the lava pouring, the bubbling of a cauldron somewhere. Is that a sound that you would want separate, or is it the kind of sound, if you did include it, would you want that included in the music?
I would include it in the music in this case.
Okay.
Definitely. Because I feel the same way like you, because I think you have two opportunities here. Either you go, and I think Baldur's Gate did it, you go really epic, because as soon as you're like in a dwarf town and like you see these huge buildings and all this stuff, you could also go like with epic sounds, like little bit near church style easily, because you have a lot of room, and it just feels like, wow, how can you build something in this big mountain like this? This is one style you could do. or you go like exactly what you said. You go with the working aspect of it and how like living there and working there would sound. And I like the second approach more on this because epic is something that you can use so often on so many occasions, but the other one not really. You need a specific surrounding, and I think Steam Rose would really fit for that.
The feeling
be
of
great.
epic. Yeah. I would think so because if I approach, like, this is all just idea of concept art. When I
Yeah.
see this and I weigh this against an Ambrose, Ambrose obviously is a big open field. It's a big open world, grasslands and groves and farmlands.
Yeah.
And Liquid Meadows, as we've seen snapshots of all across, we kind of have a better idea of what it looks like. There's water everywhere, but it's also, again, it's an open area, but it's layered and tiered. So there's a majesty of going to the sky and exploring waterfalls and going up all these and caves and things like that. But with the Ash Mountains, my first thing is just it's no longer this big open space. It's more enclosed, but it's just so powerful when you first see it. It's grabbing you, saying, "Look at me! I'm this majestic thing." Oh, like yeah.
I then go full blown into it, and like whatever you put into it, it should be a sound that is kind of aggressive, and stands for itself and goes directly into it because it's a nation of crafting and working with stuff, right? So yeah, I'm with you on that. Like Kura just said, here Tearpot was the Tearpot would also be great. Obviously Steam, right? Yeah, it's great. It's like working perfectly. So this is what I'm gonna note down. Thank you.
Do you think does it
nice.
change your approach when you think about like for me the first thing I think about is WoW. I think about a place like what's it called, Stormwind, because it's been a while. It's called Stormwind.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Because I think about
I didn't play it much WoW.
if you were creating music for a large city, especially one as majestic as this, do you change your approach if you have to enter from different angles? Like, let's take this for example. If this was the actual entrance to Ash Mountains, I could see you creating music if you were just entering right here from the mouth. But if there was an entrance up here and up here, would that change your approach of how they would hear the music when they first enter? Because I would know how it sounds if I entered right here. But does music feel different if it's the same and I enter from right here and that's not the first thing I see? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. This is actually it's a problematic thing. But normally, if you create these big cities, no matter from which angle you enter, you're like, at least our 3D artists, as far as I say, they know them in the set dressing part. They always try to get nice vistas wherever you enter. So I would more like go to approach what is the first time the player approaches the city, like, and going from this spot. Because otherwise you could always argue, what if you log out in the city and you log in?
That's true.
And hear like an epic theme again, even though you're like in the middle of a town area, which is not that epic anymore, but it fitted at the first place, right? So at one point you have to decide, and most of the times I would say you go for the part where you like, you approach the city the first time, right?
That's true. I guess too, like you said, the 3D art team is so good that I think that I would hope the epic feeling never leaves you no matter where you are. So if you're waking up in an inn or a bedroom in the Ash Mountains, it's still gonna feel like an epic inn. Like I logged back in. Oh, I know where I am, of course.
Yeah, obviously. But they're also like all the time they are drunk, right? Like this
Yeah.
nation. So it might be hard to wake up in an inn and like create the epic feeling, looking around and all the steam drops lying around on the ground, completely drunk.
So it sounds
might be
like
hard, though.
what you're trying to say
Yeah.
is if there's an effect in the game, status effect of drunk because you drank too much gyro beer, then the music should become warbled. Like,
This would be such a great idea, but then again, like, I would love to give this task to an engineer and telling him, oh, actually, you know our status effect system. Would you mind like creating a connection between these
Would
things?
you kindly
If we got
please?
this one status effect and
Yeah.
we put up like a effect chain on it, kinda, that like takes place on whatever music is played.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this would be great.
Take an Alka-Seltzer and it has to stop that warble immediately. You snap right back out
Yeah.
of it. There's no
Yeah.
transition, small. It's just cut immediately.
Mm.
That sounds fun. Snoring would be added. Snoring would be fun. Yes.
Yeah, it would also be fun.
A true sleep system.
Definitely.
I like that. It's a cool theme. So, for you, if you were leaving, let's say, the Steamdorp city and headed out into the Ash Mountains, is it the kind of thing where, because to me, this is the first time, again, that it's based on an interior as opposed to a wide open field. And I think with the wide open field, it's easier to get away with going from a nighttime theme, taking a minute gap, then doing a daytime theme in the hills. But I would think if you're going from an enclosure to a wide open area, would you want the music to change immediately and go right into whatever the closest surrounding music was? Or would you want some silence
The good
there?
thing, the good thing about our music system is that as soon as you go out of a biome that I like, I personally I go into the engine and like set up the place where you're gonna hear the music, and as soon as you leave it, there is like I can decide how long the fade out will be, for every specific song actually, and daytime like time of day and weather, like all in combination. And normally, if I would say, okay, you come out of from a mountain and go out there, and like you look around, and most likely this area will be like completely mountains everywhere and not like many free spaces. I guess in this situation, I would go with silence a little bit,
Okay.
and then like 10 out of 10, I would most likely start with a big horn for
Yeah.
outside.
Like
Most
a war
likely would
horn?
start with a big horn. Yeah, exactly. And then go, if it's a daytime, don't know, maybe a little bit more happy thing. Depends on which side you are. I could also imagine at the Steam DOS at one point you got like the big mountain, and it matters where you go out, kinda. That you get like different angles. Like the one side you come into the lava area, the other side is a little bit more lively or just height in general. I could imagine like that. It's obviously not set in stone, and I'm not a designer who would decide this, but I would think about this, right? From a level perspective now. So it would be kind of nice to introduce nearly every song with like this big horn and go into
Yeah.
theme and and then go into like a specific theme of this area. It would be.
That's
I
cool.
feel this would be neat. Yeah.
That would be really cool. I like the idea of that. Maybe the horn pitch can change. It's longer
Exactly.
or shorter based on where you are.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah. If you get closer to like an encampment with some nasties,
Yeah.
it sounds more like a war horn and lasts longer just to give you a feeling of impending dread or doom on the way there.
Yeah. But yeah, like this would require kind of that you always have this middle point, like the big mountain or something in the middle where you go in and you go out on another side to get to another biome.
Yeah.
And then you could easily work with that. And to be honest, this would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, we should also say that this area looks like that, right? Let's
Yeah.
also write this down.
I think too,
Yeah.
on the topic of new zones, just not even Ash Mountains, but Liquid Meadows. I think the title theme to the game should change and alter. You know, sometimes whenever you bring out a new area or a new expansion, one of the first thing that changes is the start screen for the game.
Yeah.
I think that when Liquid Meadows comes out, the splash screen should change and the music should change. Could you envision a different version of doom 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 doom, a new home, but a Liquid Meadows feel for it instead?
Yeah, definitely. I also thought about that. It would be
Really?
good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that doing it. Because Liquid Meadows will have its own style. It will definitely alter from Ambrose. It will be something else. So much I can tell already. But yeah, I also thought about like changing to this style than the main title music.
Yeah.
Could be nice, but also I need to see like if it works, because sometimes it's really hard to just put a style on different sound setting, kind of like how it works, because A New Home has such a unique tempo and bar style. It's could be hard, but maybe I will definitely try it, to be honest. That much I could say.
I'd be happy if you tried, only because I like the chances you take. Like, I think it was you who showcased your idea of what you thought the title screen should be.
Yeah.
And again, like, I played so many MMOs, but again, I get flashbacks to FF11, which is when you first boot the game up, the game takes you on a tour of all the areas you can go. And I like the idea. I mean, I like what we have now, but I do like the idea of the reimagining you did of the way the start and all that looks, but also the game just taking you through the different areas of.
Don't spoil the stuff, man.
People just saying it looks so cool.
Like, if I would have like an alternate version, right?
Yeah.
It would be would be cool. Yeah.
When Liquid Meadows comes out, then we need fast travel to travel between our towns. I don't know. It's not what you voted for. You should have thought about that during the polls. You get journals and achievements. That's what you get. But if you didn't see last week, Paul, we also are introducing the long-awaited mounts. And we showcased an early build of the Holotops mount last week, which again already looks better in terms of animation of getting off on the actual mount, the way it moves, the things you can do with the mount too, hint, and how that operates. And maybe the Holotops is not the only mount that'll be available. I don't know. But I do think that instead of running back and forth between Liquid Meadows and Ambrose, there will be ways that'll make your travel a bit easier than going on foot.
Yeah, definitely.
Moonhunter mount?
Moonhunter mount?
Whoa.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe a 1% drop chance if you can beat an elite Moonhunter that spawns once per 24 hours and has regenerative health.
That would be great. Yeah, we need to introduce like at least one mount that has such a low drop rate.
Just super low drop rate. Yeah. Why would we do this? Why not?
It's our game. Can do everything.
1% drop only appears every 24 hours on the dot from his last kill, and is super hard to kill.
Nice.
Orapala mount. So if you get an Orapala mount, I think if you try to dismount, you can only dismount after 5 minutes because you're stuck on top.
Yeah, would also be great.
Yes, and the Orapala mount should also
like
be.
You can go off, but you stand at this place where you go off for 5 minutes because, like, you see the Orapala running away from you,
and you just.
But you stand there.
Yeah, totally agree. And the Orapala mount should be the only one that actually lets you carry stuff on it. You just take your stuff and stick it on the side.
And you see the assets then, like, actually, like, sticking on them.
Yeah.
Completely would be great.
Super low drop rate. That would be something new. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I like that.
Yeah, we never had that, right?
A specific alchemy thing. Yeah, see the possibilities right there? You lose whatever's in the active slot when you dismount. It just runs away with your stuff.
You don't just lose it, but you trade it always with one resin. Yeah. You get one resin out of it for whatever you have.
Yeah. Wherever the Orapala goes, there's a chance that your stuff just gets put somewhere else in the world for someone else to get.
Such a good gimmick, right?
Yeah.
If you kill this Orapala, then you get like it's in a loot bag then.
Yeah.
But like because you're standing for 5 minutes at this place because you dismounted it, you can either try to find it again or someone else does it and find it.
Someone else takes your stuff, or there's a resin mount on the ground. You go, oh, it's just resin. What's this? Moonhunter armor? Whose was this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What the hell?
Hey, can you trade that back? Trade it back, no.
On the other hand, like imagine a Opala running around with an epic moon blade in his mouth. Like, what the hell?
Oh, like a Sith from Dark Souls 2.
Like Sith, yeah, exactly.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Epic Moonblade against the resin
It's
fair
Dark Souls
trade.
1, by the way.
My stuff. Yeah, bro. That's
Yeah.
the risk you take with an R power mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
The fastest and strongest mount. So you get the best mount in the game, but you might lose your stuff. It's fair.
Fair. Absolutely fair. It's called public transport.
Yeah, exactly.
Ambrose.
The longer you ride it, the higher the percentage goes up of your stuff being stuck.
Yeah.
It's only right. Perfect. So let's talk about part 3 right here. The newest sound effects. Hauka? Question mark? Because recently, with our update with the new beginning to offer people a better chance to understand the game, they can go to Piper's Whistle, do the whole tutorial, but there's been something new introduced, which you shared during Hauka stream, which is a lot of the ha. Yeah. We played a few of those sounds last time. Where'd that all come from?
This is mainly like when we introduced the quest system, like nearly everyone had the same idea in his head. Like Hauke came to me and said, "Man, we need sounds for the NPCs," and like he just came. Like we have our weekly talk, and he just came into talk and was like, "Alex, I need to pitch you something." And in this second where he said this, and I knew it would be about a quest system, I knew already what his idea was. Like that he comes over like, yeah, like Sims and all the stuff, or like Animal Crossing, we just need some sounds. And I was like, man, I already got like 2 characters ready. Like I knew that this would happen, obviously. So I started it. And then he just said, yeah, but what do you think about doing these live on stream today? Because I'm gonna stream after our talk, so maybe we just hop in a call. I live record these, and I was like, first, okay, hold up, this might be, like sharing my screen and how I work.
Yeah,
I'm being honest here. I'm not that confident in sharing how I work on audio because I like to take my time on this and being specific and think about stuff before I do it. And in this situation, it was obviously like, you're gonna live record it. He sends it over. I gonna edit it immediately, and he plays it again on his stream, right? So it was like this was this. I got a little bit sweaty on the stream. Not gonna lie, it was fun. It was so much fun.
He gave you an hour.
He gave you exactly. He just gave me an hour. Like we stopped the talk. He was like, I go online in 1 hour also. I was like, okay, I need to think about this. Like I prepared already the first things. What plugins will I need most likely? Because I can't go too deep into altering his voice, because the more you alter the voice, the more robotic it kind of sounds like.
Okay.
And also you need to think about like the more you do to change the voice, it will like destroy the original signal. And you can work against that, right? By changing stuff back and being exact and always like twisting little knobs left and right. But this takes time. And we didn't have time. So we were just, okay, I get the best plugins I have. And then we get online and he was like, yeah, 1 hour, we're going to do this right now. And yeah, on his stream, he recorded this stuff, sent it over, and people could see what I do on my screen. And it was quite fun at the end. But the best outcome is the Juristograph, I would say. Like, I love the Robota guy.
Love
he is awesome. He is really, really awesome.
Isn't it amazing how small, like, it's not a small change, right? Because I think when you play the game now, it's one of those things to me that opens it wide open with this small addition of just murmurs. So when I'm doing the tutorial, I just hear like a little, like to me, that small change, I'm like, oh, this is a game now. And all it took was just the inclusion of, to me, it's the game identifying and acknowledging, oh yeah, this is a separate creature from that creature besides just looking at it. It sounds differently. And I think once you add a sound, you confirm what it's like. To me, it's like when you read a book and you imagine, like for example, Tolkien, you imagine what the entire world looks like in your head because you have no visual.
Yeah.
And then when the movie comes out, that finalizes it. That person's vision, the director and Tolkien's vision, is brought to life. And you go, oh, that looks how I thought. Sauron does not. And the same thing with this. when you actually add the Juristograph sounds, it finalizes this is what they sound like, or at least this is what these sound like. And they can either
you determine this, right?
Yeah.
This is always guy, weird German
Always
word coming
guy.
out of my mouth out of nowhere. Always guy. It's always great to do this.
Is that scary for you? Because it finalizes the idea like this is what they sound like. There's no changing it unless you change what they look like, maybe.
So I like playing God. No.
This is what they sound like from now on, and it will never change.
Nah, it's great. It's cool, and also like you just determine its direction, kinda, right?
Yeah.
So if you have more characters like these, but it was so great because yeah, we're gonna get this quest system out, so we need some mumbles.
Yeah.
And like I was that there's a specific amount of NPCs that I can like change my voice to and try to record, right? But at the end, I needed more. So I was also like at this specific task, I visited my parents. So I wasn't at home here at this place. And I was like, there are female characters. I don't have anyone. And I just go down to my mother and was like, you know, I need some female mumblings. And she was like, what the hell?
Bro, you cannot go. Mom, I need some female, some woman mumbling if you
Yeah.
I guess it's better that you asked your mom. You weren't out at 1 a.m. again. Excuse me, I need you to mumble into this microphone, please.
This is how it works, right?
It's for a video game.
You're gonna support your son.
Yeah, mom can't say no. Did mom say no?
The moments your parents questioned your life choices, or they found it interesting.
She said yes, right?
Yeah, obviously. We got female characters in our game, right?
Yeah. Congrats, dude. Nicely done. Moms are born for that role. Yeah, parents in general are there for the moments where they go, you know what? Like, honestly, I don't want to know any more than what you told me. I'll help you out, but just don't explain it. Well, it's for da-da-da. I'll do it. Just don't.
Yeah. Great moment. It was also a great idea and great addition to the game overall. Like, it was really fun.
And you know what, everyone? I might be up
I like
next. Because he reached out to me, but I responded too late. But hey, there's more creatures out there and there's more stuff being added. Maybe you'll hear an Okaydrian in the future in the game.
Yeah.
I have the audio equipment for it. I have range.
Yeah.
I have range.
True. You're like one of these persons I can ask, and I know that I get high quality sounds, right? So this is I can repair stuff, but in the end, like I always like to say, if you send me low. Or wait, how do I phrase it? If you send me stuff that's really broken, I can't repair it to the point where it sounds good. There's no way.
Yes.
The only thing that I can do is like getting good things to a place where they shine. Like you can't make great things out of like low quality. It is what it is. It just doesn't work.
Toffee. Hit me up if you need sounds.
There we go.
The good thing is I'm not in the game and never will be. That's not true, Rory. I had an idea for you. You know how in Team Fortress 2, when you play as a spy, if the spy is on your team disguise, they wear a little snap-on mask that shows you who they're disguised as? The other team will see a heavy weapons guy, but in your team, you'll see your spy with a heavy weapons guy mask over their face. I think Coreborn needs to have a Wurari, like snap-on mask you can just wear on the front.
I actually still regret that on the Gamescom when we all met, right, that I didn't have like my recording device with me, like because it would have been so good. Just like, okay, let's take a quiet corner and just record mumbling, stupid sounds, create me some kind of screams and whatsoever, and we would like, I didn't thought about that.
Next time, right? Speaking of next. Down there below, what is next? We got swimming. What's next in the world of Dain sounds? Literally, what sounds are coming next?
Yeah. So at the moment, live updates. Working on swimming since you guys showed that already, and also mounts. How they would sound like if you jump on them, if you jump off them, and doing things whatsoever. With it, if it's possible, like whatever like it's not on me to decide what comes into the game, right? But I just waiting there.
Right.
And whenever someone says, yeah, we have a new animation, we have a new whatsoever concerning to these things, then yeah, we're just gonna create it, jump in, record it, and do it. Swimming was actually quite tough. Swimming was one of these tasks where I thought it would be quite fast, and turns out it was quite hard because I had a lot of swimming sounds, but just in open spaces, kinda, with many people in there, like atmospheric sounds more like. And getting close recordings from splash sounds wasn't that easy. It took me a while, to be honest. This was kind of hard. But yeah, we're getting there. We got it actually in already. So yeah, working on that.
Does
Quiet corner at Gamescom? There are corners.
they're far and few between, but yeah. So I don't know how much of that you can reveal, but do you have sound changes based on the depth that you enter the water? So if I just walk into a stream, it's gonna sound like scoosh, scoosh, scoosh. But if I'm jumping from a higher plane into the water and I don't die, is it the same sound or is it?
Like in general, whenever I introduce or put a sound into the game, that can happen more often. There's not a high chance that you will hear the same sound twice in a row.
Cool.
Like I always, even for walking or like jumping in water, I always try to have at least 3 up to 4 samples, different samples that the game chooses one of these. But also after that, I got a modulation going on, so that it pitch shifts, that the volume is shifting in a specific range, right? Most of the times trying to, like going as far as I can before it sounds weird. And this way, it will always sound a little bit different if you do the same things again.
Okay.
And keeps getting interesting. But like mechanically, I can't talk about this currently. This is not.
Yes, we got our first. We got our first. I can't talk about that. Hey, we did it.
Yeah, finally, right?
How did you record that? In the bathtub. Dain's like the guy at the pool who asks, "Excuse me, sir, would I be allowed to record you splashing in the water?"
Imagine I would have a bathtub that is so big that I could swim in it. Okay, I like great if you would like to sponsor that. Like I'm up to this, but unfortunately, I don't have a bathtub. I just have this thing here, you know. So
that's literally what he bathes
nothing I
with.
can do.
Is that?
Yeah. Nah, it was like we got some warm weather in the last couple of days. It was practical. Let's phrase it like that.
Practicality is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I've just been given a little clip. Not this, but the Great Reveal Fairy gave me a little something that I can showcase. You all are gonna laugh, by the way. I won't tell you who gave me this, but
Should I be scared?
No, you're fine. It doesn't
Okay.
involve you.
Oh, God.
But the origin source of what I'm showing you is Arash. So
Oh, come on.
it's actually like he's
really?
spoiling it and he doesn't even realize it. So thank you.
Gosh, come on.
Thank you, Arash. Let's go here, and here you all go. There's your progress right there. Right here.
Why is he?
How about that, everyone? Whoa. Whoa. You didn't tell me you don't just mount on it and ride it around?
Great that we talked already about it, how we're gonna work with that sound-wise, right? Great.
Nothing sacred.
Unbelievable.
So now we actually have Dain here live in person. Dain, what are we thinking, buddy? Ooh.
Like, I'm kind of worried about the things you destroy. Like, this could be problematic, you know? Because if you stand close to multiple trees and you destroy multiple trees at the same time, exactly.
Yeah. Just a bunch
This
of
might
sounds.
be problematic. Maybe it's not. I'm gonna need to test it out by myself, you know. But yeah, let's see.
Well, the good news is that it's not my problem. So that's cool.
Oh, it's not my problem either. Like, if it comes down to like coding and fixing it, like I just implement the sounds, you know. But someone needs to give me like the cues for that. So
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
gosh, thank you.
Dark made an outstanding choice. 10 people at the same time going to the forest with their holotop mounts and just deforesting the entire area. You're gonna hear, oh my god.
That would be great. I love sound bugs. I love sound bugs, like things that you can trigger multiple times, and because you can do it so often, it alters like how it feels and like things that happen. It's just the best thing. Sound bugs are so funny. I love it.
I too love a good sound bug. I like what Normash says that things should honk like a goose. I think, yeah, if you get a car in Need for Speed or Burnout or Test Drive and you honk your horn, it changes based on what you're driving. So if your mount is there, it should no longer be a hollow top going ooh. It should honk.
Honk.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, we're gonna exactly. You record this, and we're gonna put it into it.
that's
right?
my sound.
This is that's the sound. Honk.
I'm your mount horn. Any and all mounts that from now on are just Adrian sounds. Honk.
Yeah, there's like this specific rule when I play a new game with one of my best friends together, where you can drive something, or like, yeah, most of the times normally when you can drive something, the first thing we do is we need to find out if you can honk with it.
Yes.
Like if you can't, it's a bad game. It's a bad game. It needs to be in there. You need to annoy people riding behind someone and just like making a sound. This is important because how should you play the game without that?
I could not agree more. One of the reasons I really enjoy playing the new Forza Horizon is because you can get like DLC, earned DLC car horns. Like you can do Doom's E1M1 as a horn. So you can race someone, drive ahead of them, cut them off, and then go honka 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 honk.
That's great.
It's so dumb. I love it.
There's a honk in Smash cards? I think so, yeah. Like, honk is important. You need to be able to honk.
Yeah.
So, Arash, if you hear this, think about it. Which key you're gonna use for honk on the mount. We need it. Like, there's no way around anymore.
Yeah. There's a honk key. And
like,
it changes.
Without honk, without me.
And it changes based on either how long you hold the button down, or there's 4 different honks. Like a honk, 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 honk.
Great one. Great one. So yeah, Kura, you're actually right. Like Mario Kart is a bad game, in my opinion. If it has no honking, it could be a good game, but there's no honking. So well,
yeah, I agree. It's a bad game regardless. Anyway,
yeah,
has a rubber band system. If you're in last place, you get catch-up items. No, if you're last, race better. Bad game.
That's it.
I'm stuck in tutorials still, not because of a bug or so, just because I didn't have time to play. If you got time to watch this, you got time to play.
Facts.
There we go. Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for the leak, you know who. And thank you, Alex, for showcasing so many great things and imparting your knowledge and wisdom about sound along the way. La cucaracha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, God bless, he didn't say it, only if we get like a bagpipe honk, right? So
oh, please.
we're jumping on the edge here.
See? You were so close. You were so close. So is the update stream now in a few hours? Ooh. About that. Nope. But
unfortunately.
Thank you, Alex, Dain, for joining us today and showing all your knowledge and come back up with us. Would you mind having a little moment to yourself and letting us know what's in your mind? Any closing thoughts? Any other audio things you want to talk about or whatever else? Advertising your stream?
I just want to say one thing. Turning off music in games is a crime.
Amen. Amen.
Yep. And thank you everyone for supporting me in my no-hit runs, where I regularly don't have the music on of this game.
Hypocrite.
listening to other music. But hey, so it's like, right, something different.
But you listened to it the first time, or at least, right?
Always. Okay, like to be really, whenever I play a new game, I would never turn down the music. It's important for me, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you. Like
first time plays always full volume.
bet
Always.
100%. The first time you listen to it, get their vision, get a feel for it, and after that, if you want to turn it off and listen to the Devil Cries from DMC3 on repeat, you can do that.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thank you, Dane.
Like, there are
Plug your
some
stream.
games where I never turn it off. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Plug your
I
stream.
appreciate it.
This is your time. No, don't leave.
What?
Plug your
What should I
stream.
do?
Advertise.
Man, everyone's know that like I stream no hit runs.
Oh
It's
my
not a
God,
secret
here.
anymore.
I got it. Hey everyone, thank you. My name is Dain. I had a great time today. You can find me on twitch.tv/Dain_sounds. Usually after these streams take place, I'm already live doing no hit runs. I've already been successful doing them in Dark Souls 3. I've done it in Sekiro. I'm working on Demon Souls right now. I got a cool new book I'm looking at to discover some lore stuff. And it may not be the end of my Soulsborne thing because I've got so many more Soulsborne games to play. I may not know hit all of them, but you can stop on in. I have some cool effects you can do for flashbangs and little scene of things I play to celebrate whenever I get a good run going, and you can follow along and cheer me on.
Wow, this Dain sounds amazing. Oh.
Yeah,
hey.
your turn.
What a nice guy. No, this you can do this way better than I do. Like this was perfect. Can we end this on a high note?
Yeah.
No, I don't like to advertise myself.
All right.
This much.
Dude,
This is...
Thank you so much for joining us on today's stream. That's it. Who's live?
Thank you.
Someone
Live. Let me guess.
live?
Oh no, wait, Dain's not online. Oh shit. Wait.
That's right. Usually it's you being rated. Oh no, wait, are we taking you away from no hit? Are you gonna no hit after this?
No. I actually did. I'm not online because I knew that I was here. Like I suffered my stream plays today.
Okay.
Here.
Well, guess who is online? Blah ball.
Low.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. So we're gonna go there and raid him. Make sure you do.
Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Go play Coreborn.
Go play Coreborn. Go on to
play
Steam. Add it to your wish list. Gift it to a friend if they don't have it. Look out for sales and things like that. Someone asked earlier, are the new songs gonna be on the soundtrack?
They will be. Obviously, they will be.
Cool. Confirmation. There we go. Buy it again? Yes. Buy it for a friend.
100%.
That's all it is. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Please make sure you show some love. Bring whatever pouch you want over to Blah Ball. Hey, thank you for watching the entire video. Or some of the video. Or however you got right here. The important thing is I need you to do me a favor. You know what it is, right? I need you to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe. You can watch stuff right here. Either or. Preferably both. Thanks.